Life's a binge. Right?
Shoulders back. Head up. For me. You're always good. Me, I slouch.
Well, not only that, but it's like I slouch too, but I don't slouch when there's a camera on me. It's like every time I'm at a family event and someone's like, "We're gonna take a picture," I like automatically do this like.
Oh, trust me, I'm the king of that.
Where they're like, "How can you do that?" And I'm like, "Sorry, it's like total habit."
Yeah.
I switch into like 6 years of people taking pictures of me mode, where I'm like,
and not only that,
"Oh wait, that's like not the right face for this moment," but like that's just what I do. It's weird.
Oh, you do the same face every time or no?
Yeah. Well, it's not the same face, but it's like the actor, like,
yeah.
I gotta.
I'm like aware of the angle. Like whenever I take a picture, I'm like, wait a minute, wait, don't do it. Don't do it from down there. Move it up a little bit. There we go. And then
but it's like you're always like, okay, I'm ready. I am ready. Like if I see a camera, I'm like, where is it? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just what happens.
Yeah, it's a pet peeve of the.
But like podcasting, you're just like, oh man, now we're talking about this. I just gotta like, bleh. You're like, this doesn't look good on me. Hold on a second. There we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, now that we wasted a minute on that,
it's all good. Welcome everybody.
Hello.
Midweek special, of course, that we've been doing now for I don't know how long.
A while.
3 months?
Probably. I don't know.
We've done a bunch of midweek specials.
We do too much. Just
we
for you guys.
too much. We do too much. Okay, let's just.
But not really. I don't think we do enough. I would do this forever, but we don't make any money on it, so we can't.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
One day. Who knows? But anyway, welcome. Thanks for joining us. This week we're talking about the, would you say, cult classic movie musical?
Maybe.
I don't think it was a success in theaters by any means.
I don't think so.
I don't even know if it's a success outside of theaters. Anyway.
We're going to talk about it, though.
The Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
The musical version.
The musical.
Not Jack Nicholson version. Right. Which I've seen parts of one time. And it was weird.
It's just a really weird.
It's an old school like,
science fiction movie,
yeah. But the movie musical starring Rick Moranis and Ellen Greene and Steve Martin, Bill Murray. Great stuff. Directed by Frank Oz, who's most famously associated with Jim Henson, I would say.
He's the voice of Fozzie Bear.
He does Miss Piggy and Yoda. He's Yoda in Star Wars movies. So,
and he was in Blues Brothers as the parole agent signing him out. And so
Frank Oz?
You can even hear Fozzie Bear and some of his other characters when he talks. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Cool.
But Little Shop of Horrors, when that movie came out...
When did it come out?
A long time ago. I don't know offhand. You can look it up.
Yeah.
But when it came out, it was in the 80s. And
I'm going to guess like 84. That's my
guess. There
was
some friends of mine, particularly a friend of mine, Phil Thorne, who we would watch Siskel and Ebert a lot. And we were watching Siskel and Ebert, and they previewed this movie coming out, Little Shop of Horrors, with Steve Martin, and they showed a scene from it. And they showed the start of the dentist scene, and we loved it so much that we that night went out to the movies to see it in the theater, and then came back, and then of course we rented it several times since then.
1986.
1986, which is the year after I graduated high school.
I was 3 years old. You're welcome for that, buddy.
It's all right.
I got
it's
you.
It's all good. I remember these days so well, just like they were yesterday.
Yeah.
But 86 was 30 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Woo.
Yes, that is crazy.
I love this movie.
Me too.
I love this movie. And when it came out on Blu-ray, they released the original ending also. So the movie is different than the musical.
Right.
The musical ends where...
The destruction of the earth.
Yeah, he feeds Audrey to the plant. Like, she dies. Like, he feeds Audrey to the plant. He feeds everyone to the plant. The plant eats Seymour. Like, the plant takes over. The guy that's, like, trying to convince him to, like, sell cuttings of it is like, where's Seymour? He's not around. Whatever. I'll just take cuttings myself. And then they just spread the plant everywhere, and the plant eats everything.
It's such like a virus that takes over the world.
Right.
And
that's the way the musical ends.
Yeah.
And the movie, they're like, they like previewed it, or test audience, or whatever you want to call it. And they're like, oh, I don't like that. So then they made it like a happy ending.
Yeah. Which it was enjoyable. As a movie,
it's still good.
Very enjoyable.
Still great.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So when the movie came out, we went to go see it.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then later, like really recently after that, very clear, shortly after that,
Yeah.
I was at Mount Hood Community College. We decided to do that play
Nice.
after that movie came out.
Got it.
And so I became so into Little Shop of Horrors from enjoying the movie and then doing the play.
Who were you in the play?
I was the plant. I was
Really?
Audrey.
You were the voice
I was
of Audrey
too.
too?
Yeah, and my little sister
That's
Abby
fantastic.
was Audrey.
You got to play Audrey too?
I did. Yeah.
Come on,
Feed me
Seymour, don't be
Seymour.
a butts. It's just me and your life. Surely, rotten king tuts. Gah!
Show a little initiative. Work up the guts, and you'll get it.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
I would love to play anybody in Little Shop.
It's super fun.
Anybody.
So during
Yeah.
that production, I played the plant, and during what I did for it was we had a microphone up in the sound booth,
Right.
And my friend Vaughn Porter, who's a very good friend of mine, especially back in the day, he was the mechanical
puppeteer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now if you've seen the play before, the play starts as the plant starts as a small plant like
Right.
this big,
There's
and then it's a
usually, like-
hand puppet that they can work with it and do stuff with it, and then it grows to yay big,
Yeah.
to where there's a person in it working it like this,
Yes.
and then that's how it stays, and then it grows to its
It's a huge
eventual
one,
size, which for us it was a hydraulically operated plant that was really clunky,
Oh.
and it
Ooh.
did, it wasn't, and in fact it caused our show to be delayed opening for a week.
Really?
Yeah, because we couldn't get it.
That's
We had to
crazy.
get a union person to come in
That's
and,
insane.
and make it work.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. So I remember sitting up in the booth and working with Vaughn on other times where we would add little things in. So we'd say, "Feed me Seymour," and then we would added this stupid little line where we're like, "Zibby zibby." Like, that was our line. And he would go, "Zibby zibby," with the mouth. Like, he
Yeah.
would move it sideways and "Zibby zibby, feed me all night long." And, God, it was so fun. It was so fun.
I bet. I would love to do any part in that show.
Yeah.
And that's what makes that show unique, I would say. Because, like, the only person... Actually, there's two people that really need to be able to sing it. And one is Audrey, too. And the other is...
Seymour.
Audrey.
Oh, that's
Audrey needs to be able to sing. Seymour
Audrey does these
Seymour needs to, like, fake his way through
can,
and, like,
you're right.
talk sing it.
He can.
Like, because Rick Moranis isn't a great singer.
You're
but
right.
in the movie,
He's
you're like,
great.
this guy is great.
He's great as Seymour.
Right, but Audrey needs to be able to, like, somewhere that's green.
Yeah,
like,
for
that
sure.
song has to be good.
Yeah.
And so, those are the two voices. And Dentist, like, it just came out on Broadway probably 10 years ago, 2006-ish, I want to say.
What
It was off Broadway originally.
and it never was
It
on Broadway?
never was on Broadway until about 10
Really?
years ago.
That's news
Yeah.
to me.
And so when the original Broadway cast, which is about 10 years ago, had like Douglas Sills, I think is the guy's name, who plays the dentist, and he's like singing it like, I am your dentist, and he's like, very Broadway about it, and it works, but it's like, Steve Martin's not a great singer. He can sing.
He's not a singer, right? He's
but
not a
he
singer.
can sing. He has his own little band, and he does his little thing.
Right.
But
He's a performer.
he's brilliant as the
He is.
dentist.
He is.
Like,
That was the scene that made us go watch it that night. Was
Oh.
him walking out and
Mama.
yeah. When I was
I
just
am-
a bad little kid. And so that
And he's so Steve Martin in it. It's like Steve Martin in his prime of being Steve Martin.
yeah.
And like his little like, I am, and he just does these little kicks and stuff. It's like,
Yes.
come on, Steve Martin, you're nailing it right now. And Bill
So
Murray's like
enjoyable.
the weird like sadist who loves going to the dentist. There's
Who,
so
if
many,
I'm
like,
not mistaken, that was Jack Nicholson's part in the
don't-
movie.
I don't-
Like he
couldn't
didn't have a
even tell
big,
ya.
like he was the only like name that became big in the
Gotcha.
original black and white film of it. And I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that he was the voice of That's Something Outside. Sorry to say
That
There's-
whirring?
Yeah,
Oh,
but he was the guy who comes in who's essentially a masochist. No,
Right.
a sadist.
Sadist.
He likes to have pain
Yeah.
inflicted upon him, and so Bill Murray's
Great is
hilarious.
that character though.
He's so great in
Yeah.
that character.
Well, just the character of the dentist, like, just the song, like his song when I was young and such a bad little kid. My mom would notice funny things I did. Poison Guppies with a PV, or Poison Guppies,
With a BB, no,
Or-
poison guppies. No,
Poisoned Puppies,
yeah,
and then
Anyway,
whatever.
right.
he's a psychopath, and like his mom's like, yeah, the only thing that it's totally clear what you need to do: become a dentist, where they'll
Yeah.
pay you to literally People will pay you to be inhumane is one of those lines in the fucking song. So anyway, great character,
Great
The
stuff.
dentist.
A lot of fun, and
I would love to play the dentist. I would play the dentist. I'd play Seymour. I'd play Mr. Mushnick. You name it.
Mr.
I'd
Mushnick
play
is a
all
lot
them.
of fun.
Yeah.
So in our production,
Yes.
the guy who plays Mushnick got into a car wreck. And so during the week, my friend Tom Heiler, who I've mentioned in the last episode, had to learn the role of Mushnick in like a day and a half.
Crazy.
And he went out and played him the next night, and which was kind of cool because Tom played a bum in all the extra scenes.
Okay.
That as the voice of Seymour, I got to play the bum, so I got to do some extra
Oh,
stage
yeah,
work.
yeah.
So I got to go out and do a bunch of fun
when
stuff.
You go like that's like
and stumble around through other scenes, and then run up into the booth to do my feed my Seymour.
This is totally weird and random, but this
Do
show
it.
makes me think of it. I like cover songs. I'm a big cover song guy.
Okay.
And so if you can like punk cover something where it's like you double the tempo a little bit and like rock it out some, I'm a big fan. And I have always, to this day, wanted there to be a punk rock cover of the opening of Little Shop Skid Row. When you go downtown, where your life's a joke, you go
That would
downtown.
work.
I'm telling you.
That would totally work.
And I want it to happen so badly. Anyway,
Todd, you
this
hear
is
that?
Totally random.
All right.
Punk cover Skid Row for me.
Opening, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's so money.
Skid Row.
Yeah, it would work out great. Anyway,
Frank Oz did such a good job of creating the scene.
well, and the puppet, dude. Like, so he was very much in tune with the. Anyway,
right? Because clearly
he's friends with the Henson Company.
Well,
And
he's
I think
immensely.
they
Yeah,
did-
he's all in the Muppets.
And
like,
they did the puppet. Like Henson Company did the
the Audrey 2. Yes, yeah.
But anyway,
it looked awesome.
But what you were saying is the opening scene. Like he sets it up.
Yeah,
perfectly.
and they film it in a way that's so great too. That it's kind of a little cartoony.
Yeah.
but it just reads really well. I remember just thoroughly enjoying and getting soaked in and sucked into that. And then they have the Greek chorus of the three black girls who sing along and then kind of follow you out throughout the whole movie and storyline. Same as in the play.
Yep.
But that movie it's endearing. It was not a big hit.
No.
It was not a big hit, but I think it's still like
It's
a lot of
so
people who've
good.
seen it. It's like one of their favorite movies. Like to see.
So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go watch it. We didn't even like set it up. Like we don't even know. People don't even know what it's about. Basically, it's this guy Seymour who works in a flower shop that's like down and like basically going bankrupt.
In Skid Row, right?
Yeah, and he finds this little plant and he's trying to make it grow and can't figure out how to make it grow. And the only thing it will eat is blood.
Mm-hmm.
So he like pricks his little fingers and like feeds it blood, and then it gets bigger, and it's like this kind of like Venus-y fly trapping looking thing. And everyone like is so attracted to this plant, they come into the flower shop and buy flowers, and like it becomes a success. And so then the only way to keep the success going is to keep the plant alive. The only way to keep the plant alive is to give it more blood.
Right. And
so
as it gets bigger and bigger, and it's
it
more
needs
and more blood.
So eventually he's like, what do you want me to do? Kill people? And the
Yeah.
plant's like,
So the plant does start to, eventually the plant starts to talk.
influence him. And like, it's
and
crazy.
tells him, that the reason for his success is because of me.
Right.
And if you want to keep all this going, including the girl, which he loves the girl, Audrey, if you want to keep it going with her, you're going to make me happy because I can make all your dreams come true.
Yep.
And
So it's a very cool, it's a cool story. And it's like kind of this weird, like dark kind of story. Mm-hmm. And anyway, it's called Little Shop of Horrors for a reason. People didn't expect it to be so dark, but like it's called Little Shop of Horrors, and it's very funny. It's like a horror comedy.
it
kind
is
of a thing.
absolutely hilarious.
So anyway, I highly recommend it. It's great. Go out, check it out, find it.
I don't know if
watch
it's
it.
streaming on anything right now.
I have the Blu-ray, so
But-
you can't borrow it from me, but I can watch it whenever I want. So there's that.
Maybe you'll be on the short list and you get to get in. And
Yeah,
watch
if you're
it.
a close personal friend,
But
maybe
not
I'll loan
likely.
it out.
It's my Blu-ray.
Send me an email at Life's a Binge. If you send me an email to lifesabinge@gmail.com, I will find a way to get you.
We'll make
so you
a
can
copy of it.
watch
Yeah,
Little Shop
some
of
kind
Horrors.
of digital copy of it.
So that's a call to action. I dare you to email us at lifesabinge@gmail.com because nobody will do it. But if you do,
Someone might.
I will get you a copy of Little Shop of Horrors. Calling it out right now. Anyway.
Boom. Make it happen. Get one.
Yeah.
He's ready to do it.
There we go.
So
anyway, this has been Life's a Binge, talking about Little Shop of Horrors. I'm Jared.
I'm BJ.
And
we'll see you on the couch.